Here we go. And I have
Hello, hello.
lost our live link here. So, all right. We are live. And Ralph, if you're there, there is a Zoom link that you can hop onto the Zoom if you want. Again, nobody's obligated to hop on the Zoom. The Zoom just gives you a chance to actually be here with us and participate in the actual activity. It's really good if you want to use it to send out this page that you're on to your list, because then you're on the page and it works a little better for you. But again, no obligation. You're welcome to watch us from the page. Your page has probably refreshed a little bit. If you scroll down on it, you can see that there's some more stuff that has popped up there, along with the link and some other stuff on there, the button, I mean. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Jim Hall, and I have been marketing online since around 2000. I got online probably around 90, 92, something like that. Back when AOL came out, we actually still have an AOL email account. And so we've been doing stuff. I first started creating web pages in 2000 and really started doing stuff with online marketing around that time. We actually had GetResponse in 2000 and started building a list for a different business. We did take a couple years off. We thought we were done with online marketing because things just, stopped working the way things used to work, and it didn't seem like anything was staying around. And we found something that has stayed around that we're really proud to market and be a part of. And so that's what we're doing now. And I think that there's a good chance that this thing will stay around for a long time. Granted, things do happen, but I think there's a good chance it will stick around. Bryce, how's it going? Good to see you here today, buddy.
What up,
Nice
Bryce?
background. Go ahead
Good
and throw
day.
your
Look
go
at
ahead and throw your
you.
crosshairs up there so I can shoot at you a little bit. I know you got it set up ready to go, and I love your red ring around you there. So, anyways, see that? I know he did that special for me. Oh, look at that. And so like I said, we've been doing this a long time. Christy and I have been together since 1993. It's hard to imagine she's old enough to be around that long, right? We met when
I was like two.
she was like two.
Now she's
Yeah,
like 12.
right. She ages a lot slower than most people, and so we've been doing this internet thing for a while, and we've learned a lot. We've made a lot of money. We've paid off all of our bills. We no longer have jobs, and of course, in that process, what else has happened? We've failed a lot. We've lost a lot of money. We've argued. We've slept in separate rooms, right? Uh, but
The
uh,
shame.
it has been pointed out that we have a pretty good relationship, and we do a lot of work together now. And we go a lot of places together. We do a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. So
Yeah,
so
but I'm going somewhere in 14 days without you.
yes, you are. You're going somewhere with my sister and her um 6 kids, 8 kids, 12
Three,
kids,
three kids, two grandkids.
3 kids, 2 grandkids. None of them are actually hers. She fosters children,
Wow.
and so she claims that she has, what, 28 children, something like that. All of them are her foster children, and we tried
Bless
to
her.
be like my sister. That's the sister that comes on here a couple of times. Um, we tried to foster for a little while, and we did foster about 4 children, and that was not it's not for us. It's a lot of work, and it's challenging. And when we tried to do it, our daughter was 16, and we fostered a 16-year-old child, thought maybe they could be like sisters. And the 16-year-old foster child got pregnant, and then our daughter was like, well, why can't I get pregnant? And we're like, well, because you're our child, and we have to take care of your life. And which is probably not the right direction, right? But But it's different, and it's hard to separate those differences.
Our first child that we got, she was maybe 3. She was in a full body cast, like legit full body.
We had to pick her up from the hospital.
They had to make a special car seat just for her. It was rough.
Yeah. So fostering didn't go too well for us. Way different topic than what we're going to talk about today. But, we like to let people get to know us a little bit. And that is part of our life. So we did try it. It's not for everyone. We give a lot of respect to my sister for it. She doesn't have her own children. So I'm not going to say it's easier for her, but she didn't go through the conflicts that we did with having our own child and having foster children. Okay. So today, first and foremost, let's see, does anyone have any problems? Bryce, I know that you're pretty good with the funnel builder and business. So usually you don't come to us with problems. More than anything, you probably come with solutions, but I don't want to leave you out there. Sometimes I have a question and I'm like, man, who do I go to get questions answered? A lot of times there's nobody, just Christy, right? So, if you do have questions, let us know and we'll do our best to answer them, Bryce. And other than that, Janine, do you have any problems that we could help you with today? No, Janine got a lead. Just so everybody knows, Janine got her first lead. We're very excited about that. So, they say make sure to celebrate your little wins. And, you think one lead is a little win, but if it's your first one, it's no little thing because it is a milestone in that you can get one. Now you know how to get more than one, right? We all started with one. Hey, there's Ralph. What's going on, Ralph? This is Ralph's first time here. I don't know if I've ever had an actual conversation with Ralph. So welcome, Ralph. If you want to come out and say anything, you're welcome to. And it's a pretty open stage, and you're welcome to come out and say hello. And if there's anything, big wins, little wins, no wins, what you're struggling with, what you need help with, I'll shut up for a second.
Ralph and I are soul siblings. He's cat lover, and so am I.
Oh yeah, definitely love cats. And Janine told me about the meeting this morning, and just got in on it in time. It looks like. Yeah, I got our little baby right here.
Yeah, he looks a little like ours. Ours has a little more white in it, I think, than that one. I might see some white in there. I don't know for sure, but and
a little bit.
Yeah, our black and white one, he is a handful. He's very, very vocal for a kitty. He's all the time, he purr meows. It's really strange. His voice all the time, everywhere he goes, he's talking. So really interesting.
Christy, I babysat 7 this past week.
That's crazy. Wow.
I was in a cat house and I was so happy.
All right. So Ralph, been around HBA for a while?
About 7 months.
About 7 months?
Yeah, about 7 months now.
Okay.
I started out with the premium, and I was on premium for a couple of months. Then we had some downturn, so I had to drop out of premium. I've been working with the basic level for a while and getting a lot of value out of that, and feeling like I'm starting to make some progress now.
Okay, cool.
Made my first sale right out of the gate.
Nice.
and then nothing for about 6 months.
Yeah.
But I think I'm learning now what I've been doing wrong and how to do it better.
Okay. And is this the first thing you've done, or you've done several other things like most of us have?
I've done several other things. Yeah, I was in a few other affiliate marketing programs over the years. And we do an advice coaching thing, my wife and I, in the area of love and relationships. And that's been our primary business, since 2011. But I'm looking to build up, passive income, something where you don't have to be talking on the phone all day long to make a living.
I'm
Well,
free
and
to,
I won't go too far into it, but I'll show you some ideas that maybe would resonate with you, as far as like what Christy's been doing, and maybe you can get some ideas to move your business forward that way as well. Christy's been teaching, I don't know if you know this, in HBA Premium. She's been teaching what she's been doing with her baking um, business. So if you look what she's been doing, when she first started in HBA, she had nothing to do with HBA at all. All she
Uh-huh.
did was she learned that she could build groups, right? We first learned how to build groups in HBA, and she built this group called We're Home Business Bakers. And you might be able to take your love for relationships and build a group out like that, sort of like this, and build something to do with relationships. And now what she's done is she's built a group of 45,000 home business bakers, which basically means bakers that want to have a small business that's in the baking niche, right? They all bake from home, and it's a super active group. And now she's able to, we market a little bit to them in the HBA world, but she gets sponsors, she's gotten jobs, she's gotten a different affiliate programs to go where she sells like cookie recipes, things like that, all through her baking group. So just something to
Nice.
think about, in that you already have a niche, that you're already knowledgeable on. Get a group going. And she's also taken that to another level where she has We Are Home Business Bakers, where she does a membership site that's sort of similar to the Home Business Academy, where she offers training for $30 a month, 150 for 6 months, 269 a year. And then she's doing master classes. And this is all done with the funnel builder, where you can log in. There's master classes. There's a login page where she shows how to do sugar cookies, specialty treats, themed occasions. So you could do something like this with, your relationship type trainings. And then each one of these pages is some type of training video. Instead of just doing like a YouTube training or something, do it in your paid class. This is one of her bakers that actually, she doesn't even do a lot of the classes. She has bakers do the classes for her and pays them. So to keep it kind of freedom based, right? And then she usually does like the tutorials and then puts up a tutorial that then leads over to either selling an affiliate product or her premium academy classes, or what we're going to talk about a little bit today is the quiz that goes in. Oops, that didn't go into the right area. That link doesn't work.
My bad.
What's up with that? That must be pointing to the next
Oh,
page.
I was working on that yesterday.
Oh, you broke it.
Yeah, I did. It
The
was
dreaded next funnel step.
The
yeah.
next funnel step.
It's
So
it is a global column though.
okay, good.
So you can
So-
fix it.
Okay. So this is going over to what we're going to talk about today a little bit is quizzes. And let me see, I've got it pulled up right now. This supposed to go over to this page, which is how we get people coming from her baking stuff into making money with HBA. They take this quiz, and then what's your current situation in your baking business, and then learn how to do affiliate marketing. So I'm going to stop for a minute just to show you there's a lot of other ways, right? Like Ashley, I don't know if you know who Ashley is. But
Yes.
Ashley does her cookbook stuff, and a lot of, not cookbook, her coloring book stuff. A lot of those ideas have kind of spurred out and around from HBA and just ideas and support. And so you don't have to sell HBA, but you can then also incorporate HBA into what you are selling, right? So
It sounds like a brilliant idea. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
keeping them separate.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, why not combine them? That's right.
Right, right. And you know, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll say everyone wants to make money, right? But if we can
Mhm.
find a specific niche and then talk to those people that actually want to make money in that niche, then we can mold our message a little better to those people. Um, and we were really bad in that when we first started our business in 2000 because our product was personalized gifts and it was mostly what we thought it was names, right? We had this little like um, fortune cookie kind of product that was a name and what it meant and a breakdown of it. And we're like, shoot, our product's for everybody. Everybody's got a name, right? And we're like, so we can just sell this to everybody. But we really had to get specific who our product was for before we actually started selling it. And it was really for giving as a gift. So once we got down to marketing it as a gift, then we started selling it a whole lot easier than trying to sell it as it's a product for somebody with a name, So it seems weird, but not everybody actually wants to make money, even though everybody wants money, right? Uh, so, and I don't know what you can do with that really, but just to say that you can target those people a little better if you kind of learn where those people are. Like even
Right.
Christie's bakers, right? You would think, hey, these are bakers that are running businesses, right? They all would want HBA, that it's a business, but they already have a business. A lot of them don't want another business, but some of them do want a website. And you could go the same way with like your relationship thing. And we were talking about this morning, or maybe was it this morning or yes, I don't, sometime. Like a lot of your people in the relationship niche might want like Let's Go because the Let's Go app is based around, keeping track of even one of the spots is keeping track of relationships, right? Keeping track of different goals, keeping track of mantras. Some of those things pour over pretty good into relationships. So that could be one little product. And then you could kind of market that out of, well, you could also make money with this. So you could semi target that as a niche, So just some ideas to throw out there and give some value to you and to others that might be watching. So
Your sister has arrived.
my sister's arrived. The amazing sister. Yay, Steph. And Bill's back. Bill must have got some better reception there. Welcome back,
Yeah.
Bill.
What I had to do a service call too. So
Yeah. Okay.
back, yeah,
So
town.
welcome back.
They got into town. And it's like nothing.
Before
Well,
we get too far into the content for today, Bryce does have a question, more of a quandary.
Okay.
Do you want me to read it to you or do you want to
Yeah.
read it in the chat?
You can read it.
Okay. So his church has a Wix website that uses a built-in music player to catalog several hundred sermons on a tab on their site. He's wondering if there was a great way to do the same thing in the funnel builder.
Read it again for me. I was a little distracted with muting Bill because he had a little weird background.
Thanks, Bill. Just kidding. Okay, this is a quandary. Bryce's church has a Wix website that uses a built-in music player to catalog several hundred sermons on a tab on their site. So this is kind of reminding me of the Grow Rich Masterminds, maybe?
Yeah.
I was wondering if there was a great way to do this same thing in the funnel builder.
Yes. The Home Business Academy does it, but I don't exactly know how they do it, Bryce. I don't think it's something that's built into the funnel builder. But if we go, let me share my screen real quick. If we go into the Home Business Academy and we go into the premium product and we go to today, not today's,
Bonus.
the Daily Audio Gold Mine, they do have all of the daily audios in here from like forever. So somehow they are putting them all in here. Now, I don't think this is a really challenging, like individual website for each one of these. So there must be some sort of easy way to do this. I don't honestly know how they did this. This could be a programmed way in.
This is probably
I do
probably
have-
a Mike Hobbs question, huh?
Yeah.
It is. I do have a little bit of insight into this,
Okay.
being that I actually work for the company.
Okay.
Deborah, every day she goes into the free conference, which is where we host the calls, and she downloads the audio. And then she takes it into here. That's as far as I know.
She does this side or she does the Grow Rich Audio side though? Because I think she does this.
Well,
I kind of feel like the back office one is a little more automated. Like
No.
maybe
she
Okay.
has to go in every day to the free conference call and download the call.
Okay. Okay. So as you see, Bryce, there is some in here, but I'm not exactly sure how they do it. And I don't feel like it's a regular thing in the funnel builder. I feel like they're using some sort of code or something to do
Some sort of
this.
external plugin of some kind that goes into that's inserted as code, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what they're doing.
And
The
tomorrow,
the menu part is obviously part of the funnel builder. The actual
Right.
drop downs, that's obviously the accordion stuff from the funnel builder. But what happens inside there, maybe that's inserted.
Right.
tomorrow is Funnel Builder Friday in the TNC.
So
So
this-
I will submit this question for you, Bryce. Because I usually submit questions on Fridays. So this would be a great question.
Cool.
And this is, a little bit of a unique situation. So, but as you see, it is certainly being done. So
Yeah.
And I-
And there's
and I
just
think-
I was showing this to Matt Martin and he was looking at the whole thing and he quoted me for, if we were to move the sites from Wix, basically duplicate them in a funnel builder, how much it would be. And then I mentioned, did you look at the audio tab? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." And he's like, "I don't know exactly how we would pull that off." And
Right.
so I was, I was sort of proud of myself for stymieing Matt Martin. But then also, it's like, I want to provide the best service possible to our church if they decide they want to migrate from Wix, because they're in a situation right now where they're paying X amount for their Wix package, and it would be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other for them to move over to the funnel builder, because they're paying basically the same price that they would be paying on our side. And so I don't want to do them a disservice by making them go through a bunch of work that they don't necessarily need to do to get the same level of service that they have right now. But if they get one more website under their belt, they will not be breaking even. So if they were to get one more website under their belt, it would make more sense for them to go to the funnel builder, because unlimited,
Right. Is this kind of a thing included in Wix? They're not hosting it somewhere else or anything
That
like
is
that?
correct. It's a built-in
Okay.
function.
Okay.
And they don't have I'm sure that Wix has some kind of accordion function like that. It's not nearly as neat as this is. with the accordion, you know, being able to just expand out each month, you know, expand out each year, expand out each month. It's not nearly as neat. They're all just one giant list of, you know, here's the book of Exodus, here's the book of Genesis, here's it's the whole thing is just one big long list. And it's like it looks like a tab of a Winamp playlist.
Okay. Right. Right. Okay. Um, yeah, so this could be a good solution for them, sounds like. So, um, awesome. I was wondering if we could just set up some kind of link over to it or an embed or something that they already have, because I thought maybe it would be outside of Wix already. But okay. So, all right. Well, what I'm going to do then, since I'm here and sharing my screen, I'm going to go into my get response because I want to show some of the results from our, where are we at? We're at 326. Yeah, I'll show some of the results that we've had from our quizzes. And honestly, we've not been taking good advantage of quizzes, but here are our quiz results pages. And our most popular one result is here. And what I'm going to do is show the autoresponders for in there. And this is what I want to show is our number one email. We've been getting 85% open rates and 36% click-through rates on the first email that's coming from there. Now, for whatever reason, we've shut off these second and third emails. Now, this was a campaign that we kind of started and apparently decided it wasn't working or changed ideas on this, but we're going back to this idea. And email number 2 got 56% open rates, and email number 3, 48% open rates. And of course, the click rates went down. Now, I haven't looked into these other emails. This first email isn't real congruent to the course that we probably want them to take, but nonetheless, it was getting the click rates and stuff way above normal, just to show that quizzes definitely pull really well. Okay. And then the same thing here on one of the other ones. So and basically what you do, and we'll kind of go through the process, but you're making 3 different tracks here that they go through your quiz, and then it dumps them off into a different autoresponder based on quiz answers, right? So they are pretty custom, or can be. And so the results here are pretty similar. We're getting 90% open rates, 28% click-through rate, 75%, 25%. And again, they got shut off pretty quickly for one reason or another. I'm not sure. And then
Probably because you wrote them.
Well, yeah, I don't. That's what I say. I don't. This was maybe 6 months or more ago that this happened, so I don't know what the reasons are. Could be I wrote them. Could be something changed in the system. Who knows for sure. And then this one got a whole lot less responses, whatever that path was that it took. And then, but the results again were pretty similar. High click-through rates, 85%. All 3 of these got pretty good results as far as getting through. Now, this one was delivered to the same 7 people and got looks like the same 7 people, or the same people opened them as, and then click-through rates are pretty high on these. So these are super high. Now, I will say this is Christie's Baking Group, but this is coming from people that went through Christie's Baking Group and said, I'm interested in making income from other opportunities outside of baking. So this is, and I'll show Ralph this too, so that he gets an idea of how that works. When people come through and join, what they're doing is, and I want to kind of get off of that. Can't really do it without showing that one email. When people join her group, they're saying, okay, I want to join the group because I hope to gain all the essentials to get starting as a home baker. And then if you're interested in receiving helpful information and free tutorials, enter your best and full real email address. So this is like, I want more information about baking, so here's my email. And then, are you interested in learning new ways to generate income outside of what you're currently doing? Absolutely, right? So this is a way to separate them from just baking. And yes, I want to learn about more ways to earn income. Now, some of them, let's see if I've got one here recently. We try to keep this fairly low. This one says yes to, and I don't want to show too many of them because YouTube will ban. So here's one that says no thanks, right? This does happen. Some of them say no thanks, and some of them will give the email and then also say no, I'm not interested in more opportunities, right? So what we do for that is, and I'll show this too, because I know that Ralph's not been learning from Christy on her calls lately. What we do to put these on our email list is we pull up this this little funnel that we make for this, and I actually put this behind a password. Now this is when they give an email but they say no, I put them on this side and they go into one email list. If they gave an email and they say, yes, I want more information about other opportunities, I put them over here. And this actually puts them into two different email lists at the same time. So when they go into my into our get response, they'll join her WAHBB introduction to We Are Home Business Bakers, and they'll join this WAHBB other opportunities. Now check this out. We've collected 1,080 emails that have all opened in the last 30 days, because I also clean this list once they go through the autoresponders that are here. I clean this list and make sure that none of these are bad emails. Once they go through their 4 autoresponders, I make sure they've at least opened one of them, or I just delete them because I want to make sure that they keep a good email. So we've gotten 1,080 openers that are interested in making money from home. And then they continue to get my emails. And those are the people that are getting emails that go over to these quiz results. Now, like I say, we've not done the best with this, and they've gotten different things. So we're getting back to this quiz results strategy. And that's what I'm showing a little bit more today, is how to work on that quiz results. So let me stop and see if anybody's got any questions so far, and see where we're at. Go ahead.
My question is anybody here interested or has already done a quiz funnel? No, have not done. Anybody think they might want to do one? Janine says yes. Bryce says yes. Ralph says yes. Bill says, okay. Stephanie, the amazing sister, is definitely a yes.
Oh yeah, she's a for sure yes. She's big time into this making money online thing, and her internet's really great to make money online.
She is.
She did. Look, she said yes.
She did. The reason that she is here is to make sure her brother continues to make money so that I can go on cruises. That's why she's here.
Best internet ever, she said. She has the second, and I've said this a lot of times, she has the second worst internet in the whole wide world. My parents, where she actually lives, has a 1 megabyte internet service. And we looked, and it is actually the worst internet still around on planet Earth. And they can't get any better. There's actually small islands in tropical places that have better internet than my parents. So
A year and a half ago, I would have said that I'd give her a run for the money because I lived in a 35-foot fifth wheel, and our internet ran through our sewer line, and we sometimes our coax running up the pole caught on fire because we lost ground in our trailer park. And so essentially, if something was over voltage anywhere, it was basically going through my router back into the coax. And a couple of times the poles lit up, um, like caught fire. So we've roasted many coax junctions up line from us in that trailer park. But now
And
we live in an apartment complex, and we have far less control over anything like that. But they have to actually be code because the trailer park was like it was put down in like the early 1900s. They still had the paper sewer pipes.
yeah, my sister just said I can't even turn on my camera or chat is so bad. It's almost so bad I can't even flush my unsmart toilet. Not sure what that means, but um but yeah, and we lived there for like 6 months and we actually had internet. We had dish satellite internet and we had a actually pretty decent um connection, but the the what do you call it? The ping was 7 seconds. Um, so we had fast internet because we paid 300 or 350 a month for it, but the ping was so slow we couldn't talk on it. We couldn't
So
play
all the
video
12
games
year
on it.
olds, so all the 12-year-olds were beating you at Unreal Tournament.
So bad, so bad. We tried this. We tried this one game. Christy and I tried to play it together, and she would be standing here, and then I would be up here, and I'm dead. And she's like, "Jim, did you move?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm already dead by the monsters." So yeah, we could not game. We couldn't download anything. We had to turn everything to like lowest resolution. It was so bad. I had to get out of there. So
Back on track. Back on track.
back on track. Back on track. We are this internet stuff. Okay.
Quiz.
So
Remember
I
quizzes?
will, yes, I will say quiz funnels are challenging because there's a lot of moving parts. Now, with that said, Amy Starr Allen has done a super amazing job of putting together a training. Let me share my screen here. In the Funnel Builder Academy that does come included with the Funnel Builder product for $25. And like Bryce said, that's unlimited. That's unlimited on all of the things. And Amy has done a there's two different types. There's a survey pages type, which is not quite what we're talking about today, and a quiz funnel in here somewhere down here, a quiz funnel training. And there's a couple of different videos because it is a pretty complex thing. There is some math involved. There's some what we call buckets involved. So it is pretty technical. So we're not going to get into a whole lot of like the technicality part of it, but we will show some stuff. And what I really wanted to show was how good the quizzes convert and how useful they are. Because so what you get, what you can do is Christy's got the little page that leads to it to take the quiz, right? And then after that, let's see, yeah, let's stay and save because I made a couple of little tiny tweaks. Like this said, don't just bake, create, but I don't think that's the direction we really want to go in. I want to say, don't just bake. Have you ever recommended a product or service? And we're kind of leading them in the affiliate marketing direction, right? And then the next page is the actual quiz.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. So here's the quiz page. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to drag this widget in here that says new quiz survey, right? This is the right one, isn't it, Christy?
I think so.
I think so too. Yeah, let's drag one on there and see.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, that's the right one. So then that's going to let you start to modify your quiz. And like you can see, there's 1 of 5, and you cut in. So you'll think, okay, this isn't that hard, right? You've got a little widget that does this. And in here, like you see, you've got your different steps. This is step 1 and your questions here. So you'll edit your fields, and then that is for these questions here. And then you put in your questions, and then you have your scores. And your scores are then what's leading you to your buckets, like we called them, right? So when you get to the end of your questions, you'll have a set of scores, and then your quiz results will say, go to this funnel step, go to this funnel step, or go to this funnel step. And that will then allow you to go into the different lists, because this will each have a different funnel step, like the Home Business Baker results FLN. So you saw on my list that the FLN is a different list. So you can, if you get really creative, you can really like with HBA, we have the all-in-one business, we have just the funnel builder, we have the premium traffic and conversions, and we have the app, right? So you could ask questions that would lead to those different solutions. Like for this one, I have a successful baking business and I would like to learn ways to scale it. So we could lead those people more to the premium traffic and conversions, which is more of a scaling product, right? Because that's how you're going to get traffic. You're going to learn how to get sales. You're going to learn how to get more people to look at your products. So this pathway, we could lead those people to get that product instead. So we would go in here and we would give this particular question a little bit higher of a score, so that when they get to the quiz results, the score leads into that funnel step. And I know that's a little bit confusing. And like I said, Amy talks a lot about how to do this scoring and how to get them into the right bucket in that path. And so you do most of your questioning here, and then your next, oops, I don't think I changed anything. And then your next pages are your capture pages. So like your quiz results is TFB, your quiz results is FLN, your quiz results is AFL. Your quiz, you could have as many of those as your paths require, and then each one of these connect to your different get response lists. Like you see, this one says your quiz results is AFL quiz results. And so you connect to the AFL list here. And then when this goes through, let's see what we have as far as a thank you page. The thank you page then is, so then this goes to Home Business Baker results AFL is the next page. So after this is your thank you pages. So this is your thank you quiz TFB. Your content creation type is TFB, and it gives you a little more information. So this is your thank you page for your TFB type, your thank you page for your FLN type, and your thank you page for your AFL type. So you can see they're pretty complex, all based around the path that you go through. But you're basically just creating a couple of different pages that you're duplicating. And we've been showing the last couple of two days ago, we talked about duplicating pages. Let's see, this is page 381 in Christie's funnel pages. So down here to page 381. So you would get your results page built out the way you want, and then you would just come in here and then duplicate that page and change the things that you need to until you get your TFB page, your FLN page. And these are just whatever kind of thing that you create as your different, what they call bucket, your different path for, like Ralph, if you're making a different personality type, maybe. Like I know there's blue and there's yellow and there's maybe green and red. You might have those as like your personality types for your quiz, and that would be how you would have your quiz results, right? And then so the same thing here. So you would want to clean these up to end up making these paths a little clearer. Okay, so like one of the questions I know Christy's got in here is like this one, this hours. So if we go to this one, it says how many hours per week would you be willing to work? Now, this is another one that you might want to have this as a sort of split path to, these are more serious. Like if they only say, I want to work 1 to 5 hours per week, these may be your less serious people. So maybe you want to guide them in a less serious kind of way, right?
Like you send them to a 404 page.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not quite that less serious, right? But they may get stuff that is like maybe slower. You put them in an autoresponder that's kind of a slower path. Where if they put in that they're willing to work 20 hours per week, you might email them every day more training material, like get in here and train on this, get in here and train on this, get in here and train on this. But if you do that to your 1 to 5 hour people, you're going to overwhelm them and they're not ever going to do anything, right? So just ideas to like how do you best work with this as a thing. Now Christy's using this currently as just kind of a filler question. It, as you see, it's only scoring as a 1-1-1, where right now, let's see, her scores, these are ones, these are where her biggest scores come in. So this is what's making her, have you ever heard of affiliate marketing? This is where she's getting her biggest scoring value is, yes, but I've never tried it. I tried it, but I was unable to make any sales. And I've been using affiliate marketing for years. See if I can move this out of the way. So this one is where she's saying, okay, this is where I want to separate them the most.
Let me just say one thing. Amy's training goes so far in detail on how to make this really useful. I cheated the system and I just had 1, maybe 2 questions fill my bucket. And so if you see in the results, manage results, it's like 0 to 49 or 1 to 49, 49 to 100, whatever it was. Yeah, that. And then 500 to 10,000. So if you go back into setbacks, one of them is 10,000. So they're automatically going to be in that bucket, no matter what they say on the rest of the questions. So this is the easiest, most basic way to use this quiz, but you can do so much more. And Amy does go through that training in detail.
I find it surprising for somebody that admits that she hates technical things. And she put together this awesome training.
Yeah, and it is great.
Yeah, because once you get this put together right, it works really well for you, right? And that's how Amy is. She's very resistant, but when she sees things get results, she's open to doing it, even if it's challenging, right? And that's what I really like about Amy is like even though she struggles, I really like how like she gets on. She's been doing this a long time, and like she struggles to get things done. And it's like really kind of cool because it shows that yeah, there might be struggles in this business, but if you just stick to it, you can get there. She's been doing this like 20 years and hasn't had a job, and she makes it work, even though, you know, things change. There's a few things she doesn't necessarily like about it, but there's a whole bunch of things that she does like about it. And it's a whole lot better than having a job, right? So she gets it done, even if it's like, okay, it's technical. That's not my best thing I want to do, but this stuff here works. So I'm doing it, right? Just like video. And like Geo just posted a few minutes ago. If you're not really into making content, you may not be an internet marketer, right? um, you know, there's a whole lot of people that say, well, can't I just do faceless marketing? You can, but you're probably not really an internet marketer if you're asking that question. You know, it's going to take you a whole lot longer. And I'm really guilty of it, honestly. I don't mind getting on the camera and doing the job, but I want the easy way too, you know, and I do a lot of things the easy way. And but in the long run, it ends up being harder because I did the easy way, right? Like we were talking about the other day, yesterday, I think, and you can see that in the email thing. Solo ads take 20 to 50 emails to make sales because they're so cold in order to get them warmed up. That's how much work it takes to get them done. But Amy does mostly YouTube marketing, and she'll do one YouTube and make a sale, right? And so she's doing the harder upfront work, maybe, but it's working a lot faster for her in the long run, right? I know that that sounds kind of weird, but the same thing kind of like this. Like Janine got her first lead, right? And we're excited that she got her first lead, and that could turn into a sale depending on how that lead was collected really quickly, right? Or if that was a solo ad lead, like I can go and get 150 solo ad leads today, just like that, no problem. But will I ever? Some of them I never a lot of them I never convert, right? Because they're just not very good leads.
And a lot of them you will never ever be able to make contact with.
Right. Well, and
Exactly.
last month I made sales. I made 11 sales to solo ads. And 10 of them never opened an email. How good are those sales? Right? There's
Yeah.
not much residual going to come from those sales if they never
Yeah,
open
you're gonna
an
get a
email.
sale. They're not gonna re-up. They probably will never log in.
Right. They never logged in because I mean, I looked, they never even, like, I do a lot of onboarding, right? I send a lot of emails to say, make sure to log in. This is how to get the most out of your free trial. This is how to get the most out of HBA Premium. This is how to get the most out of HBA. Make sure to contact me, set up a thing. Um, I'll help you set up your capture pages. They never opened any of those. So
Wow.
there's no way that they'll stay around. I mean, other than they may not cancel, right? Because maybe they won't open those either. But but
It's
that's not
super common. Like I had a guy who I spent like an hour on a Zoom with, and he went through, he got on my list. He opened all the emails. There was like a series of 3 emails that he went through. He read all the emails, and then he says, "Okay, so what's the next thing that I gotta do?" And I said, "Well, you gotta go ahead and sign up." And he goes, "What do you mean? I did sign up." And I'm like, well, you didn't pay $25. And he goes, what do you mean? Yeah, I did. And then, I'm like, well, I happen to know the lady that's kind of like keeping track of that. And she says you didn't. And and then I never heard back from him. It was like He did all the things except for actually the thing that he was supposed to do.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Well, and that's what's the crazier part, right? Is these people did. And one of them even tried to sign up for the Financial Literacy Academy, the $500 product, but never opened any of my emails. It's like you just sign up for stuff. I mean, and a couple, I call all of them too that sign up, and a couple of them I talk to, and they're like, okay, well, does all this stuff go together? Like, I've signed up for this $47 product, and I've signed up for this $67 product, and I'm like, well, those aren't HBA products, so how much stuff are you buying? Like that you're not looking at all, right? So it's just crazy. Like, um,
Wow.
and that's, I was talking to Bill earlier, like some of the people, they've bought so much stuff that they never log into anything anymore to learn anything because they're just compulsive buyers, right?
Yeah, they're just
And
expecting to buy something and it magically create income for them
right,
because
they
there's
buy it.
so many of those promises out there, and we don't do any of that.
Right. You just buy stuff and it makes money for you, right? So you don't even have to log in and learn anything anymore. So, and I don't know where that mentality comes from exactly, but
Comes from the crypto spammers.
well, that's
Yeah.
true.
And they're not reading
And
our manifesto.
right, right. And there is so much value in our product that if you'll just go through it and learn it and use it, and like I told Pierre this morning, just learn a little bit and then put some of it together. Um, Olivier this morning, go through some, do some of it, and even better, I think I told Janine the other day, then teach some of it, right? Because now you lock some in, you get to hear it again. You lock some of it in to keep it for longer, and then learn a little more, do a little
Mhm.
more, and then teach some because you lock more of it in. Okay, so we're coming up on 4 o'clock. Hopefully, I like I said, there's really a lot of technical stuff in this one, and I didn't want to get too far into the technical because it can be pretty daunting. But it is really well done in the training. So let me show again where the training is,
Okay.
so that people can find it. And let me say, Christy did this particular funnel step by step from the training. And as you saw, the results are good. The results are great. I mean, those are some of the best open rates I've ever seen. When you're talking about primarily cold traffic, really, because those are coming from people just joining her group. Um, Now, they are a little different target market because they are people interested in baking, but they are also people interested in other income, right? So they are still our target affiliate marketing, other income people. Okay, that said, let me go ahead and share my screen. So we're going to share here. We're going to come in here to the the Funnel Builder Academy. We're going to come down here to the training and FAQ. And right down at the bottom is the quiz funnel training. And then there's
Oh.
several videos in there that show exactly how to do that. Now, if you're not an HBA customer yet, then you can get started with us on the page that you are on. And by now, the button has probably popped up and you can go ahead and get started. And you just click over here. This will get you started into the all-in-one business. And you can get your business profitable quickly. Step 2, help you reach your freedom residual income goal. And then step 3, get you unlimited income for life. One thing I usually point out is with just one sale per week, you can be making $74,000 a year. 2 sales per week, $149,000 per year. 3 sales per week, you can be making $224,000 per year. And how is that? Is because they pay every month, month after month, residual income for as long
And
as
it's
your customers.
cumulative.
It's cumulative, right? As long as your customers stay, you
Commission.
continue to make money on those customers. And then also you get $12,253 worth of bonuses just for trying out the funnel builder, whether you stay as a customer or not. And you can also, when you click the button to get started, you can also get 2 weeks free of that premium traffic and conversions we were talking about to learn how to get more traffic, more sales, and build your communities, build your followings, and all of that by just clicking here. You'll get a cancellation notice that says, we're going to charge you in 3 days. If you don't love us, please cancel. We don't want you as a customer if you don't love the product that we're supplying. You'll get that like 3 days before that 14 days is up. So, and then also on the page that you're on, there's a comment section here that you can ask questions. We are live, of course, right now, but if we're not live, they will stay here and we can answer your questions later. There's the replays from the last couple of days. Yesterday, we talked about autoresponders and newsletters and what the difference is. We talked about how to make pages and copy and duplicate the day before that, belief in business the day before that, and we talked about Freedom Friday the day before that, and then some more stuff, warm and cold, lots of stuff here. Then a bunch of stuff more about the company, and then I want to show down here at the bottom. Oh, there's some FAQs here. If you put your affiliate token in right down here, this will make a replicating version of this page that will cause this button. Well, the button's gone now because I have it on a 5-minute delay, but it will cause that button to work for you, and we can help you to make sales if you want to send this to your list. You just use this replicated version after you put your token in that box down below, and this page will do the work for you. We'll make sales for you as you send.
That only works if you're already part of the business, though.
That does only work if you're only part of the business. HBA is a little unique in that you have to own the product and be a part of the product in order to make commissions with the product. It's a little unique in affiliate marketing, not super unique, but a little bit, because they believe that you should actually own what you're selling. And I think that's great. I think it helps more people make more money, and it makes you actually learn the product, makes you use the product, makes you know the product, makes you able to show your back office, to show the product, show people how to use it.
How well are you going to be able to talk about the product? How well will you even be able to just pitch the product if you don't know anything about it? You won't know anything about it if you're not in it.
Right. That's what I hate about people that do like ClickBank and stuff, because they don't know anything about the product. They're just pitching some product that lets them have a link, and they've never seen it, used it, offered it, anything, so very few people actually purchase it and use it unless they are forced to. And not that we're forced to here, but the product is great. The product is super good and we all use it.
You need a website anyway.
Right.
You need a website, you need a mailing list anyway. Why not be using one of the best products out there and at the most competitive price? I mean, unquestionably the most competitive price.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So true.
the other thing I like to say is, like Bryce mentioned earlier, it's unlimited. There isn't another package. There's a $25 package. There isn't a $97 package to get more out of it. It's all included at $25, so
yeah, like I was mentioning that our church uses a different one, and they have to pay for each site. They have to pay for each site that they're adding onto it. They, in addition to buying a domain, which you have to do anyway, but in addition to having to buy a domain, you have to now pay for another package, a web hosting package, or a website builder package for each individual site. Whereas at $25 a month with HBA, you have the builder that you're going to use for all of your sites.
Well, and I don't know how much this is anymore, but I know in the past you had to pay for how much bandwidth you use too. If you got an over excessive amount of traffic, you have to pay. Like, I know with when we did Creative Thoughts, there was a couple of months that we used more traffic for a couple of our images because they were too big or something. And it was like $350 a month for the bandwidth that we used for those months. And we're like, okay, we got to find this image and get it off of here because it's killing us, you know? So, and like I say, I don't know for sure how much that is anymore, but most of those systems out there don't give you all the details up front on how much it's actually going to cost you. You get it's, you know, a free to start, and then we'll just bill you whatever it costs as you go. And then who knows how much it's going to cost, you know? So anyways, that's what we got for today. We'll be here again tomorrow for Freedom Friday. Tomorrow we'll talk a lot about Think and Grow Rich and the book that we read every day on the Morning Mastermind. So be here for that, and we'll see you then.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Ralph, for showing up. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Bryce.
See you in
Janine,
the
always
morning.
love having
Guys.
you.
It's good seeing you, brother. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you
Have a
tomorrow.
good day, everybody.